The way to get absolutely locked into your goals and have hyper laser focus is not to keep adding on more and more things to your plate, or to be more disciplined by adding newer and newer habits to your routine, like meditating and journaling and cold showers and working out. That's not the way that I've found to get the best return on basically everything that you're doing in life. What I found is that through cutting the fat and trimming the unnecessary things in your life, whether that be saying no to certain things instead of saying yes to everything at every possible opportunity, if you really want to develop a certain aspect of your life, whether that be your body, your finances, your professional career, it's to say no. This ties into a lot of different things that I've talked about recently on this channel, where you have to say no to certain things. It really follows the Pareto's principle of the 80-20 rule, where 80% of your results come from 20% of the inputs. And I really find that to be true, especially when you're trying to actually be really good at something. I talked about specialized knowledge in a previous video, and that all kind of relates. If you have a million different things that you're trying to accomplish all at once, you're not going to be very good at any of them. You're just going to do a mediocre job because your attention is sporadic and your focus is all over the place. It's not directed and guided towards a single course of action, which really leads you to not putting your best foot forward, or if you try to do that, you'll do a mediocre job at best, which is why this summer and 2023 as a whole for me has been more or less focused on decreasing my priorities, and by focusing less on the experimentation phase of my exploratory journey of trying to figure out what I want to do in life. Because while I do think that there's time and place for trying a whole bunch of different things all at one time, once you kind of figure out, hey, I know I don't like to do these types of things, and I know that I'd rather focus my time and attention on this sort of thing, then it's okay to drop the other things that you have had your focus on previously in order to hone in on that one thing that you really want to get good at. And that's not to say that the certain thing that you're focusing on for this duration of time isn't going to eventually fall out of favor with your own interests, and that you're not going to evolve past this type of interest. But for the time being, I think you'd rather put, or at least I would rather put all of my energy, all of my efforts into fully fleshing out this one thing that I want to really be good at, whether that be improving your leadership skills, or whether that be getting in the gym and actually becoming more physically fit, whether that be being super disciplined, joining the army or something, I don't know, trying to make a ton of money in your career. All of those different things cannot be achieved all at the same time. A Navy SEAL cannot also be running 5 other businesses, as well as, leading the next society of young engineers or something like that, right? And he can't be learning to code on the side. He can't do all of these different things all at the same time, which is why if you're a Navy SEAL, you're dedicated and committed to the Army and serving your country and developing as best as you can to perform at such an elite level. That's why Navy SEALs are super well respected in their industry, and they're known to be the best of the best. Those people aren't trying to code on the side and also learn a different language and learn how to play the guitar. They're not doing all these different things because they're solely committed to focusing on the one thing that they want to get good at, which is why you're lacking in so many different areas of your life, because you haven't committed to getting good at one thing before you move on to the other. Same thing goes for super rich people, right? They can get into different kinds of avenues. Like if you're, Damian Lillard, and you play basketball for your career, he's also doing rapping on the side, right? but he has the ability to pursue that and to try to get good at that because he's already good at being a basketball player, and he's already achieved a certain level to where he doesn't have to worry about his income anymore. If he just pursues this rap career, I'm sure he'll be fine for the rest of his life as long as he manages money appropriately. But same thing for billionaires. Bill Gates, he got into charities, and some of his ethics might be a little questionable depending on what you read, but the same principle holds true, that he got really good at building up Microsoft to be what it is today, the billion-dollar company that it is, trillion-dollar company that it is, and then he was able to branch off and pursue his other interests. You can't do all that shit at once. And I'm speaking from experience now because I've been trying to do so many different things, and I think you do have to go through a little bit of that yourself, of exploring and trying to multitask and split your priorities. But once you have a couple things, or maybe even once a responsibility gets big enough in your life that you know that you want to be good at it, or that you have to in order to not let people down, or to not let yourself down, then at that point in your journey, I guess, you'll have to trim out the fat and focus solely on a few different things. This summer, relating it back to how I'm using this in my own life, this summer I have 3, maybe 4 priorities. Even then, I think is pushing it a little too much. But first and foremost, I want to perform super well in my internship this summer, which will be a 9-week stint in New York. And I'm going to be doing high finance role for an internship. And I'm very fortunate to have received this opportunity, so I don't want to let it go to waste. I want to learn all that I can and really put a lot of my time and attention into this endeavor, which is why it is my number one priority for the summer of 2023. Along with that, I recently was elected to become president of our student investment fund, and I've really been involved with this club and student organization throughout my time in college, and I really want to give back to the organization. And it wouldn't be fair if I was doing a million other different things and not giving my all to the organization. I'd let the people that are currently in the club, I'd let the future generation of e-board members and even just members of the club in general down if I were to do a poor job, which I'm not willing to let myself come to. And I would even disappoint myself if I were to not give it my best effort. So that's priority number 2 for the summer. And I'm debating between priority number 3. I think exercise is something that you can consider a priority because it does take time out of your day every single day if you're committed to it, in the form of not even just exercising, but making the commute to the gym. Because if you don't commute to the gym, if you don't take that commute to and from the gym, that could save you maybe 20-30 minutes of your time every single day, say if you don't work out. But if you do, you're losing that time where you could have been productive. So it is always going to be a trade-off. And that's not even to mention the hour and a half, or 2 hours that you would spend inside the gym lifting, and also paying attention to your caloric intake and your diet and things like that, which all make up your physical fitness, which in my eyes is a priority and a commitment that you have to dedicate a substantial amount of time to each day and every week. And so my third priority is between exercising and YouTube. So I know when I started up this channel last summer, when I didn't have anything really, didn't have an internship, I was trying to pursue entrepreneurial endeavors on the side, and also I was able to upload every day for the most part throughout the summer last year in 2022, and I really enjoyed that experience. And since I'll be in New York this summer, that's really an amazing time to make some cool content, I think. Not like then I would switch up to this being more of like just a stream of conscious type of YouTube channel where I just speak my thoughts about whatever I want to talk about and whatever is relevant or self-improvement, or however I think that I can either log something from my own life or spread a message of improvement. So it wouldn't be that. It would just be cool to be in a new environment and to film every day. I don't know. I think that'd be interesting if I was able to record more frequently and make YouTube a priority throughout the summer. But I don't know, because like it's a whole long thing that I have to explain, but I'm not going to get into that now. But that's how I'm kind of implementing this Pareto's principle into my own life. I'm dropping all of the other kind of different things that I've been working on the side to really devote my time and attention to the few things that I really want to see results from. And I think that's the main message of this video and what I've been trying to talk about this whole time. I know it's been a long, probably ranting video where I'm just talking about the same thing over and over again. But I think that... Hi, how's it going? I think that by honing in on a few goals, right? 3 to 4 might even be too much. I think 2 to 3 at most is really the sweet spot if you want to see genuine results. Because you can't, like, say if you only have one priority and that's to be in the gym, you can't spend 24 hours inside the gym, right, every day. So I think having a select few goals or points of focus to direct your attention is the best way to stay locked in throughout whatever you're trying to go through. And that's what I'm trying to apply this summer, where last summer I was sporadically going all in different directions, trying to start up a new business or a new drop shipping website every week, reselling sneakers on the side, trying to interview for other spots, and do this whole YouTube thing too. And that kind of stuff, it can be cool for a certain period of time, but I think I'm getting to a point where there are a couple things that are really important to me at this final year of college, and I really want to make the most of it. And I hope this helps if you have been wondering how to lock in, and maybe your attention has been wandering and you've been really out of it lately, because I know I was, and I was in sort of a fog of, do I even know what I want to do with my life? Am I even where I'm supposed to be right now? And narrowing your priorities, narrowing your focus really helps clear a lot of that up. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Remember to stay on target.